Hey, well thanks guys. This is the 2019 Honda Pilot. Now Honda Pilot been around in the United States since 2002, so it's 16 years old, and just like any 16-year-old, it's been through quite a lot of different generations of its life. This 2019 version has 10 things that are new about it, and you need to know before you test drive them at the dealership. All right, here's number one on the list, and that is the new front fascia and rear fascia of the vehicle. So it gets a much more rugged look. One of the problems they had with the Honda Pilot was it was very passive. It was a little more female, if you will. It's quite a capable vehicle. It has great off-road dynamics. All right, here's number one on the list, and that is the new front fascia and rear fascia of the vehicle. So it gets a much more rugged look. One of the problems they had with the Honda Pilot was it was very passive. It was a little more female, if you will. It's quite a capable vehicle. It has great off-road dynamics and also is able to tow, but that wasn't reflected in the look of the vehicle. So what Honda have done have updated that look to look a little more masculine. Although they're not using the word masculine, they're using the word rugged. Now the vehicle looks the part and matches what it can do in capability.
Okay, here's one of the deals with this vehicle is Honda were disappointed that when they released the new Pilot the last time, people weren't excited about the all-wheel drive and the capability of towing and its all-wheel drive off-roading. So what they decided to do was allow us to take one of their vehicles on an off-road course. So that's what we're going to do and find out how capable the new Pilot actually is. Gonna need a seatbelt for this. Here we go. This is the beginning of the course, and we're gonna go over some hills and mounds. This is fairly easy as long as you don't take it too fast. And I'm a big fan of off-road driving because I like to get things dirty and have speed. And this is more aggressive than you'd find in any camping outfit, and no problem whatsoever. Now the next thing we're going to do is hit the rock garden after some of these bumpy moguls. Now the rock garden is going to be experiencing what it's like to actually drive over rocks. This might be down a dry riverbed when you're camping or something like this. But what happens if you take it on the beach and you want to do some sand stuff with this vehicle? Well, one of the things they've done is put different modes in the vehicle. So sand is one of those modes. So we can park it in the sand here, change it to the sand mode from snow, mud to sand, hit the sand, and there should be no trouble. Accelerate through the sand, even stop in the middle of the sand pit, accelerate. It picks up in first gear, it's much sharper. Up a really high bank, right in front of the Honda Pilot itself, up there on display. And then what about a frame twist? Well, this is where we can lift some wheels off the ground. I'm going to change it here into mud, just so it's easier. There is normal snow, mud and sand, into mud, and this is where we can articulate the rear wheel off the ground. This always looks impressive from outside the vehicle. Bit of a scrape on the bottom, but it copes no problem whatsoever.
All right, so number two on our list is two items. It's new tech on the inside of the 2019 Pilot, including something called a Blu-ray player. For those millennials, you may not understand what a Blu-ray is, but now the second and third row passengers, you can actually have entertainment. But there's something very cool if you're the driver now.
It's called Cabin Talk, and it's a small microphone in the front of the car that projects the voice, like the voice of God, to the rear seat passengers and allows you to send edicts to the back seats. Things like, "Don't touch your sister."
Number three on the list is LED headlights. Now we've seen LED headlights in a lot of cars before, but it tends to be the top end trim levels. These LED car headlights are on every single trim level of the new Honda Pilot. 9 LEDs on the inside, and remember, this is the same company that have the dual-eyed headlight. This is kind of the next generation of that. They are much brighter, and they'll be available, as I said, on every trim level. Now the bulk of the trim sales will be the EX and the EXL for Honda with the Pilot. There is going to be about 62% of those vehicles will make up what they sell overall. So number 4 on the list is transmission. This actually gets a 3.5 litre V6i VTEC engine. That's nothing new. It's been retuned slightly for 2019 model year. However, what it does get on the top 2 trim levels is a new 9-speed transmission, and that makes the driving very different. We jumped in the car to test it out.
One of the biggest changes in the 2019 Honda Pilot is the fact they've gone to a 9-speed transmission. The transmission changes are very smooth, not jerky at all, and when you come to a complete stop on the road and you take off, it actually starts in 2nd gear, which means it's a much smoother liftoff.
So for 2019, number 5 is the fact that they've added 80 accessories, and my favorite accessories are the decals. Yes, it does look a little bit like a 1972 Camaro, but this orange and carbon fiber really makes the hood stand out. Now you also get decals on the wheels, front and back, and on the back doors as well. They will cost you around $350, but it makes your car stand out, makes it more manly, more aggressive, and more Star Wars-esque. Here is number 6 on the list of things you need to know about the 2019 Pilot. Extensive technology upgrades, including available new audio display and 4G LTE Wi-Fi. Number 7 on our list is Honda Sensing, now coming standard on all trim levels. Honda, well known for their safety, and they've added even more of it in the 2019 Pilot. So what is Honda Sensing? Well, it's an exclusive intelligent suite of safety and driver assistance technologies. It's designed to alert you when things you might have missed go on. Number 8 is the Elite model gets wireless charging and power folding auto dimming mirrors. Now that means that you can throw your phone down into the center console and get it charged automatically. And when you're parking in a tight parking space, those power folding auto dimming mirrors can save you getting knocked or scraped. Number 9 is cabin control. This is a very cool app. Just attach your phone to the vehicle using the VIN number, and you can control lots of things inside the vehicle, including temperature, locking and unlocking the doors, and of course making sure that you can geolocate your vehicle. But not only that, you can also, as any person in the car, share music with the rest of the car. You can do that through the head unit or through the app, and anybody else that's in the vehicle can listen to the same music that you're listening to. Number 10 is the 7-passenger seating with captain's chairs. It's what America wanted. Instead of having 2 bench rows, one in the second and one in the third row. Now Honda have provided the second row with captain's chairs, which makes it easy for anybody in the family to climb in the vehicle and get to the third row, and makes the vehicle overall a lot more aesthetically pleasing and very kid-friendly. For 2018, Honda Pilots were in short supply. The demand outstripped the supply. For 2019, Honda added an extra line in the factory, which means they're going to be making a lot more. They're arriving in dealerships very soon. Starting price around $33,000 for a 2-wheel drive base model. Go all the way up to top of the line Elite, fully loaded all-wheel drive. You're talking somewhere around $50,000. Best fuel economy you'll get out of these vehicles, 27 miles a gallon on the highway. For our auto expert in LA, I'm Nik Miles.